Hi friends, I'm really excited about this topic of memory palace, how to utilize the technique of memory palace to store a lot of data, complicated information, utilizing the technique which is called the memory palace or the journey method. So the first time I heard this terminology, so the initial thought which came to my mind when I thought of memory palace, wow, it must be like using very big monuments, palatial homes or palaces like Buckingham Palace or maybe the White House. Certainly, how can I use my own home? I mean, I don't live in a palace. My home is pretty modest and reasonable. Interestingly, the word palace is sort of like a misnomer. We typically use the layout of our homes, offices, workplaces in memory palace technique, in which we create loci or locations. This is such a wonderful technique which allows you to store such complicated and huge amount of information. The way I see memory palace is really a way of storing big data memory by a very simple technique, which is also called the Roman method, the journey method, and the memory palace, of course. So initially, when I was trying to visualize what exactly is a memory palace, honestly, I was a little confused. But the way I see it is a very simplified way. I see these locations or loci as cups and cones. Like, for example, you go into an ice cream parlor and just think there are like these 50 or 100 cups and cones located in different locations or loci. In that ice cream parlor, cup and cone is meant to have a scoop of ice cream inside it. So here it is a scoop of information. So you have different cups and cones in various locations of our home. It's not an ice cream parlor. The purpose is to hold different information in these various locations. That's what exactly a memory palace is. So in a memory palace, all we are doing is we are building mental images of pictures of information which is attached to those locations, the various locations lying inside our memory palace. When we later on think of those pictures, we are retrieving that information so easily that it seems like a superhuman feat to anyone else. So friends, building a memory palace really is an art. It's not that simple the way it appears. To do is take care of certain points which are common mistakes people commit, and that's the reason of their failure of creating an effective memory palace. So first of all, we need to always make sure that the various pictures, we are going back and forth in the locations. And when we do that, we are revising and we are also providing associations and links between these various pictures. For example, I just came from my Chase Bank after depositing money and I wanted to commit to my memory my own account. I didn't want to see in my app and then retrieve the account number and fill it in the deposit slip. So the way I did it was utilize a memory palace. So in the first location of my side room, I visualized there was a tree. Tree we know is number 3, and the number 3 was sitting on the first location, which is the temple. So there was a tree on the temple, that is number 3. The next was a cloud. Cloud is number 9. The cloud was sitting on a table lamp. So the next location was number 9 because there was a cloud on the table lamp. The next location was my television. Television was being struck by a boomerang, and the boomerang is number 7. My account number started with 397. The next loci was a detox tub, and the tub was having a golf club on top of it. Club we know is number 6. Then came a chair with a hook, and which is number 5, and a pedestal having an egg on top of it, so the next number was 0. And then there was a window out of which went out a balloon, and balloon we know is number 9, so number 9 came in. And after that there was a shelf on which there was a duck, quack quack quack, and that is number 2. And after that there was an exercycle on which the boomerang was landing, which is number 7. So this is how I could immediately visualize my account number. And initially there was a problem. I used to always look at my app, try to make sure that I got the right account number, but not this time. It was absolutely out of memory. So this is a very interesting, funny, but a truthful experience which I had when I was doing some little bit of beta of my videos. So what happened is the video of the loci came out before the explanatory note. So people were asking me, why are you repeating information? It's sort of like getting a little annoying. We can understand that after the temple you have the table lamp, and after the table lamp there's a television, and after the television there's a tub. But you have sort of gone back and forth, then from tub to television to table lamp to temple. So we understand, we're not dummies. But the idea is that when we go forward and then backwards, we are building strong memory links, because later on when we are putting information, for example, it could be number, the way I describe my account number, or it could be information that we want to utilize at a later date. All that information comes easily out once we know the exact sequence of the locations where we put it. So it's super important when we are making the loci to go forward and then backwards in a sort of a repetitive way. And the other thing is choosing the location. Typically, we should never ever choose small objects or furniture, simply because it becomes sort of difficult for us to imagine that information attached to that location. For example, if I want to visualize a lion sitting on my table on the porch, I can visualize a lion jumping on the table, visualize a lion jumping on a water bottle. It becomes sort of difficult to even accept that fact. So always avoid small objects when you're picking up your locations. The next most important thing to me when we are trying to make our own memory palace is when we enter a room and we are picking various different big pieces of furniture or objects or even a painting. So typically always follow the same order in each and every room. So it could be either going this way, which is clockwise, or going this way, which is anti-clockwise. I, for myself, am pretty happy to do it anti-clockwise. So I enter the room and I pick up first object on my right side, the first big furniture or object on my right side, and then I can go upwards and outwards in an anti-clockwise manner. That is how I order all my locations. So in order to better understand what exactly a memory palace is, we will make a memory palace together, and we will be utilizing our home. We will be building the memory palace out of various locations in the palace. What are the things that you should keep in mind, and how to apply that knowledge? Because when we apply knowledge, we are actually utilizing knowledge. Otherwise, it's all theory. It's something like we watched a movie and it's gone away. Oh yeah, it was a great movie, but what was the movie all about? Can you tell us something about the take-home points of this book or this fantastic documentary which we saw? Hey man, you know what? You got to see it. It was a great movie. It was a great documentary. It was a great lecture. You should see the recording. Takeaway points. We are not able to figure out the takeaway points. And when we cannot apply the knowledge which we learned, then there is no knowledge. There is zero knowledge. So we will be doing the memory palace together, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun, and then you will understand the value of these various small things which I was just talking about. The secret of a good memory really is how well we can imagine our memory cues. That is an art. I want you to sort of close your eyes and think that you are a great chef. You are wearing the chef white cap and an apron, and you are preparing your favorite dish today. So keep your eyes closed, and now I will be talking about a series of imaginary things that you will just keep hearing and try to visualize. All right, let's go. So you just cooked your favorite hot dish and you can inhale that lovely aroma. Wow. So keeping your eyes closed, just imagine all of this. Can you imagine the lovely color and looks of your favorite dish? And now you are going to place a spoon inside that dish to eat it. Wow. And you can actually feel how delicious it is when it goes inside your mouth, and you can absolutely feel your taste buds on fire. They're merrily rocking and rolling, and you're enjoying. Is it spicy? Is it sweet? You are enjoying to chew it very slowly. And now, my dear friends, just open up your eyes. Even with your closed eyes, I'm sure you could see, feel your favorite dish, which was actually never there. But there it was, loud and clear in your mind's eyes. You had vivid memories of smell, feel, action, and even you could hear the sounds when you were preparing the dish, I'm pretty sure. So folks, when we weave memories of our body senses of smell, feel, hearing, and touching and action, to anything that we want to memorize, it is so very well remembered by our mind. So after putting actions and emotions to the various links, that information in its memory cup loci. So when we put actions and emotions to link the information we want to learn into these memory cups in different locations or loci, with a little practice, we can discover that we can comfortably recall very complex or boring information. And the icing on the cake is when we can recollect the beautiful memories of events in our lives, when we hear a song or think of a location or a picture or even just a thought, everything comes back to us, which was like 10 or 20 years back happened. And that too in such exquisite details, and even the perfume, minor details like very funny face or made a joke. So we don't even have to memorize it, it just gets stuck and remains there for years and years. So what happens is that one piece of memory gets very well linked to another piece of memory. And when we open the first memory cue, it's like opening a can and everything comes out. So the same thing happens when the first keyword of a song or a speech, the rest of the song just follows through. A keyword then literally is like a key which opens words. So it opens our memory locks and reveals details that can surprise us or even our audience wondering in awe, like when we can memorize a deck of randomly shuffled 52 playing cards within a few minutes. So what really happens is when we open the first cue, like the opening keyword of a song or a speech, the rest of the song or speech just follows through because everything is linked to each other. And that is the principle of our memory palace also. Hey friends, I would honestly love to just keep going on, but it's really not possible to bring in so many details about so many different other techniques in our present course, so we are slightly limited right now. But I do promise you that our team will go in advanced research mode and find details of producing such enjoyable video lessons very soon. And please make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you receive these alerts and updates and you continue watching and participating with us. We are the GMEE family and we are proud of it. So friends, see you soon in our next video, which is actually building our first memory palace, which is our home. See you soon in the next video, friends.